I was shocked when I saw this photo for the first time last week. James Dean sitting in a casket in his hometown of Fairmont, Indiana, 7 months before he passed away. How did this photo come to be? Well, to get to this point, we have to jump back a month to January 1955. And photographer Dennis Stock was at a party where he met James Dean in Los Angeles. And they quickly struck up a friendship. Dean invited him to watch a screening of East of Eden the next day. And upon seeing the film, Stock was in awe. He could not believe the talent of this person who up to this point was only known for small TV roles. Well, they were immediately friends, and Stock saw a great opportunity for the both of them. Dean had spoken wistfully of his days growing up on the farm in Indiana, and Stock said, well, what if we went back and we took pictures of you there? This could be a great opportunity to see this young star's roots and where he came up. Dean loved the idea, as he was about to head back to New York to wrap up some loose ends there and then head to the family farm. And Stock decided to join him. Now, Stock pitched the story to Life magazine, and they were hesitant to take it up because Dean wasn't a huge name yet. But there was some buzz around his performance in East of Eden, so they decided to go with it, and they hired Stock for a 2-day shoot. Well, they ended up doing 2 weeks together, a week in New York, where the famous Times Square photo was taken, and a week also in Fairmont, Indiana. And these types of photos in Fairmont were unheard of at the time because stars in Hollywood wanted to project this air of almost royalty, and no one really wanted to acknowledge their real past. So the fact that Dean was willing to be vulnerable and to show his roots and where he came from and spend time with his family and get it captured and published in Life magazine was really a big deal. One day while walking around town, they passed Hunt's Furniture Store, and Dean said, hey, let's go in here a minute. And they went into a windowless back room that was full of caskets. And Stock did not like this. He didn't get a good vibe. He didn't want to do it, but Dean talked him into it, and he did all these silly poses. And Stock recalled once he had kind of worn himself out with all these ridiculous actions, he let his guard down, and he got this really poignant portrait. After this story ran, East of Eden came out. Everybody wanted a piece of James Dean. Everybody loved the photos that Stock took, and they were eager to allow them to keep working together. So Stock was brought on to document the film production of Rebel Without a Cause, which filmed in spring of 1955. And immediately afterwards, Dean started filming Giant, and Stock was brought on to document Giant too, but he was sent to France first to document Spencer Tracy there. And they met up again in September, just after Dean had finished filming. And Dean was about to head up to Salinas, California in his Porsche and asked Stock if he wanted to come along, and Stock declined. And that was the day before Dean passed away in the infamous car crash. What I love about these photos is it feels like they're old friends and they know each other so well, but they had only known each other for 8 months of Dean's life. And so many epic collaborations come down to good fortune, but also, you'll notice they were both aware that there was something special there, and they didn't ignore it, and they followed through with their plans to collaborate, and because of that, we have this amazing set of photos today.